It wasn't fair that only Cloudpaw got to be a warrior. We were just as good, and we tried so hard. But Bluestar ignored us and treated us like dopey kids. Swiftpaw said we should do something so brave that Bluestar would have to make us warriors too. None of us knew what had been eating the prey around Snake Rocks, but Swiftpaw figured that if we went out there and we'd find a trail to follow, it made sense, you know? We'd follow the trail, find out who was stealing our prey, and come back to tell Bluestar. Then we'd be warriors. Swiftpaw knew our way through the ferns behind the Elder's Den, so we sneaked out just before dawn and headed for Snake Rocks. My paws trembled as we raced through the leaves. I knew my mentor, Whitestorm, would be angry with me. Apprentices are not supposed to leave the camp without permission, but he'd be impressed when I helped save the clan. The smell near Snake Rocks was strange, fierce and dark. I slowed down, but Swiftpaw kept running. "Swiftpaw!" I hissed, as he scrambled over a fallen tree. "Be careful!" "Don't worry," he called back. "There's nothing over here." Just as he said that, a huge shape flew out of the cave and fastened slavering jaws around Swiftpaw's throat. It was a dog, the largest I had ever seen. I wanted to run away more than I'd ever wanted anything, but I couldn't leave Swiftpaw behind. Swiftpaw wrenched himself around, snarling and twisting, but the dog shook him like he was a squirrel and threw him to the other side of the clearing. I ran over and saw that he was bleeding, but managed to stand, turn and fight. The dog came towards us, his head low, his teeth bared and gleaming. I crouched, waiting until it was a mouth's length away, and then I lashed out and raked my claws across its face. It jumped back with a yelp, and for a moment I thought, we'll be okay. It's just one dog, and there's two of us. And then I saw the others. There were at least 6 dogs ranged across the clearing, all of them 4 times our size or almost bigger. They growled so loud it felt like the earth was shaking. "Pack, pack," they snarled. "Kill, kill." And then they sprang. I darted forward, jumped up, and sank my claws into soft underbelly. As I clung on, scratching and biting, I could hear Swiftpaw, spitting, hissing and yowling in rage and defiance. The world turned upside down, and the air was knocked out of me. I remember dust, a forest of legs, flying fur, blood. I saw Swiftpaw break free from the pack and climb a tree. I prayed to StarClan that he would make it, but huge paws brought him crashing to the ground. Then blood filled my eyes and I saw no more. I could still hear, though, and in among the growling and snarling, there was yelps too. I don't remember when the end came for Swiftpaw. I only remember him fighting like all of Lion Clan. That's how I will always remember him. Then I was shaking loose. I felt light as air. I slammed against a rock and everything went dark. I woke up in Cinderpelt's den 3 sunrises later. Fireheart and Cloudtail had found me and brought me home. Cinderpelt said I had nightmares calling out "pack" and "kill" in my sleep, but I can't remember any of them now. The first thing I remember was the feeling of Cloudtail's warm white fur pressed against mine. When I moved, he woke up instantly, as if he'd been waiting the whole time for me to awaken. I knew something was wrong right away. I wasn't just a pain. My face felt frozen, and I couldn't see anything from one side. I had lost an eye. When I saw what the dogs had done to me, I wished I had died fighting beside Swiftpaw. And when Bluestar gave me my warrior name Lostface, I no longer knew who I was. I would not have survived that dark time if it weren't for Cloudtail. He gave me another destiny, and I knew that no matter what I looked like, I would be alright. As long as Cloudtail loved me, I was no longer Lostface, but Brightheart.